Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have Tony West from hard rock band Blacklist Union.
Thanks for having me.
Courage, faith, strength, and determination. Love is your greatest weapon of choice. Sweet angels, please give me my voice. Open up my ears. I paid the price through all the years for all of my sins.
I just wanted to start out by getting in this a little bit of history. What got you into music? What age did you start singing and playing guitar and stuff like that?
I mean, family members got me into music. When I was 5 years old, I remember I asked my uncle, who's that girl in that poster? He was like, that's no girl, that's David Bowie. And I was never the same again. And, it was in that instance I knew what I wanted to do, and I have a couple cousins and uncles that, got me into Zeppelin and AC/DC and Black Sabbath and Queen and, a lot of punk rock, hardcore stuff, GBH. I grew up in New York City, so the Cro-Mags and Murphy's Law, Agnostic Front, like the Ramones were huge for me. When I was growing up, it was a different world. Music was like blood, the air,
Can you tell me a few of your musical influences?
My biggest music influence as far as singers is Andrew Wood. He was in Mother Love Bone, and Mother Love Bone for a lot of people are the holy grail of rock, and they fly under the radar a lot. A lot of people don't know who they are, and Andrew Wood died, and they got Eddie Vedder and became Pearl Jam. But Mother Love Bone is the holy grail of rock. So, Mother Love Bone is my biggest influence. Corey Clark from a band called Warrior Soul is another big influence for me. Those are my two biggest. But of course, I love Lane and Scott Weiland and Axl, and of course Bon Scott, Steven Tyler. Ian Astbury is a big influence for me. And like I said, a lot of punk rock and hardcore I was influenced by as well. So,
How did you come up with the name Blacklist Union?
I raised a lot of hell in Hollywood, dude. So, I was definitely blacklisted from, some circles, and, outlaws like Bon Scott or Angry Anderson from Rose Tattoo or Corey Clark or, you know, outlaws were always rock and roll to me, man. You know what I mean? Like, not, going against the grain, not kissing ass, like standing out on your own and, creating your own vibe, like, creating your own path. Those sort of people I've always gravitated towards. So, blacklisted, and then, I tried to get, Josie from Saliva. I heard him say, he's a good friend of mine, and he said that he wanted to find the guys with the worst reputations that were the best players to form a band. And, pretty much that was my, kind of strategy as well. The same as Josie's. Josie just has a good way of kind of verbalizing things, better than I do, I think. So,
What city are you based out of?
Hollywood.
I wanted to talk about your new song, The Queen of Everything. It came out March 3rd, 2023. And when I first heard it, it reminded me like of a cross between like an LA Guns and a Hinder type of song. Can you tell me a little bit about that song?
I mean, that's a song about my wife. You know, we went to the Amazon jungle in Peru after my guitar player died in 2018, and we were in the jungle with the Shipibo Indians, and we did ayahuasca. So I don't know if you're hip to any of that kind of stuff, but it was a life changer. Kind of going beyond the realm of Earth, and I really saw how me and my wife. Were spiritually tied to each other, and this wasn't our first go arounds in like our not our first lives together. I mean, I have some really heavy duty spiritual beliefs, and a lot of our people in our circles who I believe we've had many lifetimes with and so forth, and you know I mean, lyrically it pretty much explains what the song is about. I mean, um she makes my heart shine and my soul sing, the queen of everything. Our worlds collide, and now I am her king. So this is about love, true love. And I know many men can relate to that shit where, they meet the one, and she's just the queen of everything. And I don't have children with her. I have two children. Um, Yeah, and I don't have children with her, but she's the deepest love I've ever known. As far as besides my children, of course, my children are a piece of me. Um, but again, my wife and I are very spiritually connected. So the queen of everything.
Like she's your soulmate.
Oh, for sure, yeah. And I knew it. Like we met on fucking Tinder, and 7 years ago, and I knew it the moment I saw her picture, and it sounds insane, and then I really knew it the moment I met her. And we've had our ups and downs, man, just like everyone else. Like it's not no perfect relationship. In fact, we got divorced and we're getting remarried. Like we had a lot of healing to do in our own personal traumas of life. Like I think a lot of artists have a lot of trauma in life, and fuck, man. I mean, if you're lucky, you'll work through it, because look at all the people we love that didn't, like, Scott Weiland, Lane, Chris Cornell. I mean, the list is just on and on.
Your new album is called Letters from the Psych Ward. Can you tell me a little bit about what to expect from the rest of the album when it comes out?
I mean, we have 4 other records too, and if you know who we are, you know that we deliver kick-ass rock and roll. I mean, you can expect kick-ass rock and roll, and I for the first single, I wanted to pick Letters from the Psych Ward, the title track, because it's like guns blazing, like like off to the fucking races, and my manager and our radio team and people, they had different ideas. And I think the Queen of Everything was a perfect lead off. And the second single comes out this month, which is the title track. And that will, again, for the people that know who we are, it's going to be kick ass, up tempo rock and roll.
And when is the album supposed to be released?
Sometime in July.
What do you have planned for this year, the rest of the year?
I mean, just we're putting out the record. We're doing a bunch of videos. We're trying to get a new record deal, and we want to play live. We definitely want to get to Europe and stuff. So, I mean, we're just going to be working it hard, man. Delivering the goods, delivering the rock.
How can we get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Yeah, all that shit. I mean, just Google Blacklist Union, and there's a plethora of things you'll find. Like every social media platform, from TikTok to Instagram to whatever. YouTube, we have a YouTube channel. Of course, we have our website. We're not very hard to find. And then we got 4 full records on Spotify and the 2 new singles on Spotify. So
That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
no, just thank you so much for having me. And if you never heard of Blacklist Union, check us out because we deliver the goods for sure. So thank you.